Pickings. We are joined by Chris Cantada from Chris Cantada Force.
Hello.
One of the biggest YouTubers in all of the Philippines, I imagine, man. There's not very many people that are in the 700,000 plus subscriber range, and your views are crazy. And what's even crazier actually is your concept. It sounds weird, man, but I creeped your earliest videos. Your very, very first videos.
I kept some of them.
Oo nga, buti nga eh.
Just to, wala lang. Just to, so I can remember where I came from.
Started from the bottom, man. No, you started with your own music.
Yes.
And you even did drum covers that actually went pretty viral at the time. But what made your hit, obviously, is you transforming into a red Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Which was just I've read your interviews. It was just a joke, or you just did it for like just for fun.
Yeah, because I got my first Power Ranger costume, and I figured it wasn't complete if I didn't do a video, and then it just started from there.
Is it one of those things like as a kid you'd always do that anyway? Because I watch Power Rangers too, man. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, I didn't do videos, but I didn't dare. I was a fat kid, so even just thinking about wearing a Power Rangers skin tight suit, I didn't even want to go there.
Really?
Because kids are mean, you know.
Oh man.
So I felt as an adult it was my time to try it out.
After you had lost weight and like nobody wants a fat Power Ranger. That's really mean. Well, anyway, inclusion. I'm all about inclusion. Yeah. But yeah, like when you did that, you mentioned in previous interviews from previous years that it just surprised you. But you, like years later, man, you're still doing it.
Yeah.
What?
It's a niche that I didn't know existed, or I didn't know that could lead up to something, because when I started out, everyone who was subscribing to me were all Power Ranger fans. Yeah. So like when I was 2,000, 3,000 subscribers, and I tried to do a Star Wars type of video, and in my head I thought, Star Wars is global. Everyone loves Star Wars, but apparently it wasn't viewed at all. So through the 5 years that I've been doing this like full time, I learned a lot of things. One of the things I learned the hard way was people want to view, or people want to watch what they've subscribed to you for. So I'm sure 90% of those who subscribe to me watched a Power Rangers video of mine. So that's how I get them excited about my content. And then how I express my love for the other licenses like Star Wars, Marvel, is I do crossovers. So that's how I can. It still has a Power Ranger. Like 99% of what I do always has a Power Rangers element, even if it's a crossover.
Right.
Except if it's if it's a paid gig, and I have to just do what the property that I'm supposed to talk about.
But does that go in your channel still?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, I haven't bumped into this, but doesn't that affect your brand?
No, I only pick those that are superhero stuff.
Relevant.
Like when I talk like
Good.
Marvel stuff, like when I interview like celebrities for a movie that they're promoting.
That's super appropriate still.
Superhero stuff, things that are still in that. I wouldn't do makeup tutorials, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
It has to still be. But I did a makeup crossover with Nicole Anderson. I was in a Power Rangers helmet, and then I did her makeup.
But you still wore a Power Rangers helmet. Yun yung excuse. I'm still in a Power Rangers helmet. I can eat pizza. Eat this pizza. No. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with it. But that's really cool because I don't know. I'm a failure at my own YouTube channel. I have music videos, and then all of a sudden I started putting guitar tutorials, which I think is a mistake. But anyway, when you did that first video that went viral, that got million hits, how many subscribers were you at?
Less than 1,000.
Less than 1,000,
Yeah.
even after.
Even after. And then it just started to grow from that video. and then I made another one, and then after that I made another one. But the next few there was kind of a story in it. It wasn't just a pure transformation,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think that's how I sort of built on the concept of what my channel was going to be like.
Yeah, it's
Story-based
hard
comedy.
to yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, Jim Carrey was my idol when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah.
So when I was in grade school, I kind of act like him. So comedy was always something that, you know, I always like to try to make people laugh, even if it's at my expense.
Mm-hmm.
So in these videos, I really make a fool out of myself because people like watching stuff like that. Yeah.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah.
At least you have no ego, and it's refreshing. And I think one of the most impressive things, and one of the reasons people watch your videos, is because the costumes are actually really nice.
I'm
They're
lucky.
really good.
I'm lucky that there are so many what do you call this, talented craftsmen here. It's not like when we were in grade school when we want to buy a costume. It's those
Oh, man.
plastic masks with the rubber band.
It looks
and-
stupid, yeah. It looks stupid. Yeah.
So now, I mean, those kids grew up and they wanted to make their own stuff, and then they're really, really talented, and I'm so happy and glad that I got to meet some of them in the course of all of this, and they agreed to, you know, work with me.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it's a way for them to showcase what they're able to do. You have a huge audience, but the crazy thing is, and I grew up with Power Rangers, man. Are there really that many Power Ranger fanatics to like those old school, like the one you had with the Captain? I've never even seen that outfit, man. It's like a Japanese version, right? Like
Which one? The
one
Captain
with
Marvel?
Captain
Yeah, yeah.
Marvel. Like,
It's-
hey, enlighten me, man. I
You
don't-
know, to the majority of people who grew up with Power Rangers, they think that Power Rangers ended with Mighty Morphin.
yes,
But
that's where it started for me too.
for 26 years, there wasn't a year that there wasn't a Power Ranger. There are 26 seasons.
Oh man.
So they celebrated their 25th anniversary last year. So there's 26 teams out there. Oh, and wait, the first 3 seasons were just the Mighty Morphin. So basta ang dami, man, and they're really targeted for kids. So that's why we
Okay.
don't know. When I got back into it, I didn't know what was happening. Like there were so many. It's because each season they really target the kids, and the majority of people who watch my stuff are all kids. I know from the comments and how they speak, on how their grammar is. You'll know. And I think that's why it's still so popular. It's because, you know, there'll always be children who want to be superheroes, and there are always kids watching shows like Power Rangers. And all my stuff, they're always geared towards kids. I kind of took on that responsibility and knew that all the eyes that are on my channel are, you know, mostly kids. So they're for adults, and even how I write some of them, if I cringe a bit, that means it's good.
What does that mean?
Because
like, give an example.
for an adult, like when I talk about morals and stuff, I mean, it's good to have those messages, but for an adult, and how it's said for kids to understand, you know, I mean, for an adult you can say it in a different way, but for kids it has to be literally, you know, pang kids. And it just worked for me, and I'm glad that it's not. I'm actually trying to give some certain knowledge to young people.
Yeah, man. You're like a teacher.
It's like most parents are the ones who tell me that they like my stuff because their kids learn stuff from them. That's cool.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah, and that's why my stuff, they're always safe when it comes to the YouTube guidelines, because YouTube for the past few years, they've been really really trying to get trying to close or trying to take out content that is not family friendly or
Yeah.
advertiser friendly. When you
Not
say advertiser
appropriate.
friendly, basically it means kid friendly. And I'm glad that I did not veer away from that even from the start. I didn't make practical jokes. I don't cuss in my stuff. So it's a good. I feel like I've made the right decisions when I was starting out, so that I would still be safe in this platform.
To go back a little bit to that starting out-ish area, because there are a lot of people that go viral, but there are not a lot of people that are able to sustain
Yeah.
and continue. And yeah, one of those things is people pressing the subscribe button. Just the fact that they're subscribing means you're creating content regularly. Did you know when you're making those videos, like obviously you mentioned the Star Wars mistake, but like moving forward, did you know it's like, I'm gonna make this for kids, or like did you have to do a bunch of trial and error? Do you remember that?
So much trial and error. I didn't like at the start. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna make this for kids. It just felt natural to me to not be a douche
Okay.
to when I do these videos, and I guess
How
there's.
do you not be a douche?
I mean, like language.
Okay, yeah. No
stuff,
cussing, yeah.
stuff like the themes. Because a lot, I mean, a lot of guys our age are like, cuss this, cuss that, F this up. I mean, it's natural.
Yeah.
So I started knowing that I wanted to do something that would be right for me. And I guess it turned out to be kid-friendly stuff.
So it was more or less natural.
Yeah.
Did you have to? So, excuse my picking your brain, man, because this is for the YouTubers out there too, trying to make a living off of it. Like, did you have to fight for your subscribers? Like, because there are some YouTubers that just make content like week after week, but it doesn't quite work. But I don't see you as someone that's making content like fast food. You actually take a lot of time to create. But how did you build the audience? Did you ever use marketing or?
It's all. I'm happy to say that all the subscribers that I've gotten throughout these years were all through organic means, like just
Wow.
through videos, just through the stuff I make. I've never paid for
Ads or anything.
like subscribers to
Cool.
that's something I'm really proud of, because I've been doing this for 5 years. The first year or first 2 years I've been doing it all on my own, like literally a point and shoot cam with a tripod, and I act my scenes hoping that it's in focus, stuff like that.
You shoot and you run over it.
Yeah. And then I'm so
That's how it
glad
is, yeah.
that I guess 2 years, for the past 2 or 3 years, whenever I do a skit, I have a constant 3-man crew with lights, audio, and 2 cameras, and I have a team of actors already. And like my friend Jason, he was my college friend, and for the past 3 years he's been actually doing majority, if not all, of my main skits, because sometimes it's hard to think of stuff every time. And he's a scriptwriter for GMA, so that's his thing. And his mind is I'm just amazed at that, because I'm a musician, man. I don't do video. My background wasn't video. It wasn't writing children's shows, but Jason, he just has this creative mind that I'm glad that he, in his free time, he lends his mind to me. And for the past, I guess this year or late 2018 until now, I think I've had a really good team with me. And last year I also started doing action stuff.
Yeah.
So I have a friend, Brian Wilson.
Saw the stunts.
He's a stunt actor. He's also an actor here in the Philippines, and I'm so glad I got to meet him also because I'm not I'm not a physical type of guy, but he sort of makes me look believable to a certain extent. So it's a fun year.
It's the angles.
It's a fun year. Yes, it's a fun year to be doing what I do. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. Like, it's funny that you mentioned from filming to being a musician, from filming to all of a sudden doing stunts. Like, do these people come to you? Do you find them?
No, I always have to work on this. Like, I'm always the one. I don't wait for people to come to me because I don't want to work with people who don't want to work with me. So I have to want to work with them. So I reach out.
Great.
There was one year that I've been working with a lot of local celebrities here because I wanted to kind of grow my audience here in the Philippines because, as you know, Power Rangers, and I'm always speaking English, my majority of people watching me, they're all from the States. So I wanted to try to get my roots here. So the only way to do that is to Facebook message, Instagram message, and it's amazing that most of these celebrities who I contacted, they replied and they said, "Game." Like I guess the one of the bigger names that I've contacted who said yes right away, like Bianca King, Ian Constantino. I worked with a lot, like Erwan Yusuf, but them, Erwan, Chris Uy, they're also YouTubers. So it's like we're all helping each other out.
Yeah.
But at that time, I already had like videos with millions of views. So when they see my channel, they realize it's legit. It's not like I'm just a fan who wants to meet them. They know that we're gonna be doing real work.
That can be hard to do because I'm sure there are a lot of YouTubers that want to collaborate with you at this point in time. When do you say no? When do you say yes? Is that something?
It's not about right now. It's not about me like disregarding requests. It's I don't have time.
You have time
because it's like recently it's been one after the other.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm finished with this. I'm already thinking of what to do for the next. So
you're thinking about, because you just said you have a friend who is a scriptwriter, but you're constantly coming up with new content as well.
He is like my I just need inspiration from him. I'm thinking of doing something with, let's say, what is the recent one? Like Alita. I'm thinking of this. Like I give him like a little concept in my head, and then he comes back with me, and he just enhances it.
Oh wow!
And then after that, I finish it. I write the script. He is like my inspirational ball.
Yeah.
It's like he has so much ideas in his head that like just 2 sentences from him, I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that.
He's your
and
Yoda.
then now I can finish it.
Yeah.
That's
all you need, a little shove.
Yeah.
A little inspirational. Wow. So Chris, what's your day-to-day? If anyone was to follow your schedule, what does that look like?
I wake up, I go to the gym, I watch Netflix.
Inspiration.
I write a story. I edit a previous video.
You still do all of your editing?
Oh yeah. I mean, no matter how much I get a lot of people to help me out, I still want to edit it. And the way I edit is very simple, and I always say very amateurish, because I think that is that's the beauty of what I put out. It's not professional enough to be compared to other great fan films. It's just at a certain level where when people watch it, they can feel that they can do something exactly like it.
Why do you do that?
It's for accessibility, because I want people to. It worked. It worked. People like watching my earlier stuff because it's something that, as a viewer, they think they can do the same thing. And it just gets
That's
them.
the charm.
It just gets them. And once I cross that line of really like super intense professional hardcore VFX, it will start the scrutinization of why did you do it? It's not like this, you have to do it like it's like I want to keep it grounded for me, and that's why I edit my own stuff. I also have a background of audio. I was an audio tech for like commercials before, so I have that background of editing. And I know for a fact when I was working at those companies, while I'm editing and the producers behind me, kulang na lang, sila na lang yung nakaupo and editing. So if I did that, I would eventually, if I did hire an editor, I would eventually just sit behind him and say,
You'd
can you do
scrutinize
that?
everything,
Can you do
yeah.
that? Can you do that? I
Yeah.
said, might as well just do it myself.
Yeah.
And at least doing it myself still feels like it's still mine. Because I have so much stuff going on that I'm asking help from people, like camera, story, even the acting. Like I have actors. So the editing just makes me feel that I'm still the captain of my own ship.
That's a humbling response, man. It's good. No, because you're already at that level. I would imagine that you actually just.
I guess eventually, like.
No, man, keep doing it.
But it's like, it still works for me.
Yeah.
Still works for me.
How about the acting portion of it? Because I'm sure that's something that you had to conquer.
Oh no, I like.
Or was that easy for you?
I like acting. Like,
okay.
Like
There you go.
not professional. I
Yeah.
didn't study anything, but I like. I like, you know, when you're a kid, you like acting like you're a superhero. I just.
But wasn't it hard to do it like in front of a camera? It's like,
No,
this is awkward. No?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. Because you
Kapal na
know,
mukha, ah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
And it's something that I don't have to be shy about.
Good for
Like
you.
I'm proud of
Yeah, you're
me
proud of
being
it,
a
yeah.
goof.
Well, yeah, if you're fine with making fun of yourself and while you're editing, that must just be like some people would probably cringe at watching themselves like, oh my god.
I never did think about
these 10 takes are all ridiculous. Which one am I gonna choose? Like,
I just pick. I never did think about that, like watching myself. My mindset is, I need to finish this.
okay, so you
That's
work
it.
off of your own deadlines too.
Yeah. At one point, I always have this. I always had this 3-month thing where I always need to have 3 months worth of content all the time.
Wow.
So meaning, like now, I would have content until like May, and I still do. It's because
Wow.
I shoot a lot at one point, and I do once a week, so it's not like crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 months. I need 8 videos. I mark stuff in my hard drive. Like I always have 8 videos ready to go
Great.
because it makes me feel like it's not stressful. Like
Wow.
I've never missed a week for 5 years.
Congratulations,
So,
man. That's so wild.
But for the past few months, I've been really concentrating on making videos on movies that come out. Like superhero movies are like being
you have so
being
much
released.
content to
So
do, right? Yeah.
every time that comes out, I shoot, edit, release in a span of a week. I didn't used to do that for a long
It
time.
has to be timely, no? It's
Yeah.
not like you can shoot that Captain Marvel movie 3 months before, right?
No, because I need to like it first.
Yeah,
I need to watch it first so that I can actually get
approve.
yeah, I can understand the story. It'll be so pathetic or so like annoying if I release a video of example Captain Marvel and I watch Captain Marvel and then I get things so wrong. I'm like I didn't want to even go there, so I always have to wait.
Oh, there are some geeks that'll just bash you,
Yeah,
right? It's like, no,
exactly.
you got that wrong. The Skrull's not blue, it's green, you know? Like,
Yeah. And these movies, you need to really watch it because you can't really get the inspiration from a trailer. Like with Captain Marvel, talagang there are things there that just got to me because I watched it. Like I needed to watch it.
but you did that in a week. That's pretty crazy.
Like I get people ready. Hey, we might shoot something.
we might shoot. I might need you in that outfit,
Yeah,
like in a couple of days.
Yeah.
But you made it happen. So how much, like for that video, that's your most recent video. How long did that take to edit? Because it's a 3-minute approximately.
Technically, I can edit something in a day
You're crazy.
Because-
Okay. Wow.
to line it
Great.
all up.
Yeah.
But I learned
Just-
with working in audio is I really take time with the audio, like level wise. Like when I was recording music, you really have to rest your ears to get what it sounds like again because you're always hearing the same thing. So I do a basic rough thing for a day or two, and then when it's finished, I sleep like for the next day, and then when I wake up, when I open it up again, I'm like, really? Like even my ears betray me if it's so tired already.
Definitely.
So I have to rest it, and then re-edit the audio again. Yeah, here's the biggest tip I can give anyone. Doesn't matter how great your camera is, if your audio sucks, no one's gonna watch it.
Oh man, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Audio is just, it's so, maybe it's because we're musicians, we're so sensitive to that. Like imagine a room, like right now, like if the background music disappeared, you're like, why am I here? What's going on?
Yeah.
Is there no electricity?
So audio for me is number one.
Speaking of that rest though, not all creatives have this. I wanted to see if you did, but do you have other activities outside of obviously your YouTube channel that keeps you refreshed or keeps you creative?
Gym.
Gym.
Yeah. Like because I used to be big, right? So constantly I'm just want to stay healthy and I don't want to go back to where I was before. So
Is it just a genetic thing? Like, is your family just...
no, I just love eating. Even now, I love
just-
eating. I work out because I love eating.
You work out to eat?
I don't have a diet. You know, I still eat normal stuff.
Good.
I love chocolate. I love some, but you have to balance it out with working out. So I eat to work out,
You work out every day?
like 3 or 4 times a week.
And that's...
Just not to be too crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. You might, well, I mean, that might make you look better for your outfits. I'm not sure, but you don't want to be too big.
that was one of the reasons I, at the start.
Because you
that
don't
I-
want to be Dwayne Johnson in a Power Rangers outfit, right? But
Yeah.
that's what encouraged
That's
you
one
to.
of the main reasons to I wanted to really work out because when I used to wear spandex all the time, I described myself as a thin fat guy because I was thin, but I had a
You had a gut.
I had a gut.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently, in our community in the Power Ranger world, there's a hashtag called Ranger Fit also.
Ranger Fit.
Yeah. So
Which
just
is-
like me, just like cosplayers who want to work out so that they'll look good in their suits.
It's a vain world, man. They haven't made cartoons or animation or shows like Power Rangers where there's like bigger dudes, right? But one day. So what's the future look like for Cantada Force? Like, is it just gonna
I
be?
always say that My end goal is I want to be like Wong Fu Productions.
Theirs is primarily shorts, though, yeah.
Yes, but they're like literally a production company. Like
Actually, they've done work for other mainstream.
So it's like I want to eventually just do what I'm doing now. I have a crew, but it's like a legit system of creating content. Like I'd love to be at a point where my guys, my crew, everyone, they only work for me. At that point, I want to have it at that point.
Full time. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what you're doing is a real job?
Yeah. It's like it's a totally different world. 10 years ago, this
Didn't exist.
Doesn't exist. But you know that saying, if you love what you do, you wouldn't work a day in your life. I don't believe that. If you do what you love, you have to work doubly hard because you have to stay at the position you want to continue at. Because if you do what you love, sometimes you'll be lazy, and that's something you don't want to do. So, if you do what you love, it's harder.
Parang pag-ibig, ah. Damn, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. You were the drummer for Sponge.
Yeah.
Transitioning from being a musician to this. Because I'm sure a lot of people struggle with that. You could have stayed in music and kept doing that. Would you say it was a natural transition? Was it easy?
The reason why I left was because it was a hard lifestyle for me to sustain. Because I don't smoke or I don't drink. Like when you're in a band, a very serious working band like Sponge, you will be in places that are known for that sort of industry, like bars and late nights.
Excess. This is one way to describe.
So it's like it got hard. Like it couldn't just all be about music, because if it was, I would still be there. But it's a music industry. It's a music business. So but that's just me. I mean, there are loads of people who are very comfortable in that. I guess I learned through getting sick a lot that it wasn't for me.
Wow.
And what I love about doing now, I don't have a boss, man. I do everything myself. I don't have to audition for anything because I get the job right away. It's mine. It's like no need to kiss anyone's ass except my own, which is weird. So it's like, it's such a great feeling that you decide everything. And I'm glad that I'm doing it now. Like, I found it now, as opposed to finding it early where none of this existed, or later in life where I'm so far from where everyone is at right now. So I'm very grateful for this moment in time on how it's come to be.
Would you still be doing it even if it wasn't lucrative?
I wouldn't be doing it like every single day.
Like you are now.
Yeah.
Right? But you'd still be making these videos.
I mean, that's the whole point of my first year. I didn't even click the monetize button because I didn't know it existed.
Sayang.
So that whole first few months, it was driven out of just the passion.
Yeah.
So that's always what I compare myself to when people ask, "Hey, I want to be in YouTube because I want to earn money."
Yeah.
Once I hear that, it's like, don't you're gonna be so disappointed. So disappointed. I have met a lot of YouTubers who started out who, from the get-go, had DSLRs, lights, super fancy stuff, and they create so much content in a professional level, but they're not being viewed because they're just starting out. Eventually, after a few months, they just do something else.
Yeah.
It's because, just like what happened to me, I did it because I wanted to do it. The audience, they're not stupid. They know if you like doing stuff, they can see your passion. And I was super passionate about being a geek during the first few months of the things I've been doing, and that was with the notion of I didn't know that I could earn from this. So imagine if I knew I could earn from YouTube, and I had that idea from the get-go, I wouldn't be as motivated as I am, because
Wow.
you'll always be looking, how much did I make today? How much did I make today? If you're doing it the first month of what you're doing, you're gonna be making zero, man. I was just lucky that I passed all those the not making anything, like I didn't go through the looking every day at your analytics,
Yeah.
because that wasn't my focus.
That would probably discourage you a great deal too, no? If you're wanting to make money.
That's why people leave this platform, is because you can't make, unless you're The Rock or Will Smith. You're not
Right
gonna.
off the
You're
bat,
not.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm one of those that I'm not one of the lucky ones who, like, they create a channel and they blow up right out of two or 3 months, but I feel like I've grown my channel to where it is by just sticking to what I know and sticking to what I believe in. And yeah, 700,000 ain't that bad.
No, it's actually super amazing, man. And a lot of people, to me, it sounds like false advice to tell someone that you will not make anything off of it, but keep doing it anyway. Like, to me, that sounds like very bad advice, because, like, why should someone do it? Like, how else would you sustain yourself? How would you take it seriously? Yet you did that anyway.
But I had a job.
You were working.
Yeah.
So would you recommend that for people who want
Of
to do
course,
that?
I'd love. Anyone can be a YouTuber, but don't rely on it to support yourself. Continue your job, continue what you're doing, and this is your hobby. Everything naman, music, being a singer, being anything, starts with being a hobby, with something you love. And then when people eventually see how passionate you are, people will be invested in you. And it's not just in YouTube, but everywhere. If you leave everything behind and pursue something, how can you support yourself? How can you pursue that if you can't even buy groceries, So very rare. Even the super talent, the big stars now, they had to work at it, They didn't quit their job. They only quit their job when people noticed how passionate they are. You have to be smart, I guess.
That made up for it, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Last question, sort of random too. Do people still remember you as the drummer of Sponge?
Yeah, the older people.
Do you still get it in the streets? Like, oh, si Chris so.
It's more YouTube now. It's more. I hear a lot more Power Ranger than
and that, of
Sponge
course,
Cola.
talaga. Would you want to go back into music one day? Yeah.
I don't know. Eventually, I
Power Rangers band maybe?
you know, what's sad though is I haven't touched a drumstick for 3 years. So that's the sad part of all of this. But you know,
Sacrifice, I guess.
it's like a different phase of your life. It's not I am ashamed or like I never wanted that music part of me to happen, because that was one of the best parts.
Sure, it was amazing, man. Yeah.
It's just now this is another phase in my life that I'm very proud of. So yeah. I mean, I get a lot of people who say, please go back to Sponge Cola. But me, when I watch Sponge Cola now, I think they're so much better than when I was playing. You know, parang if you imagine, if I imagine myself watching me and the group playing, it's not like how I watch them now, because now they're like freaking awesome. Like musicianship. Yeah. There's a reason why they're still so big now. It's because they're like that. You just grow. And I wouldn't want to, you know, they're good now.
You haven't touched the sticks in a while, man. So yeah, you need to
yeah, exactly.
get back to work before you can jump in there. But no, man, please keep doing what you're doing with Cantada for us. You are a force to be reckoned with. One of the biggest YouTubers in the Philippines, and probably one of the biggest Power Ranger guys in the world, man. Like, I don't know how many people in the YouTube universe are doing what you're doing. So you found this niche, and yeah, thank you for doing it.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being part of the show, man.
Yeah, bro.
Cheers. Thank you.